Hey guys, my name is Fire, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about supply drops. This is a topic that I have not yet discussed, and it is a big topic within the Call of Duty franchise. Supply drops in World War II work a bit differently compared to what we've seen over the past couple of years. With Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered, we've seen a system where you have to pay keys or crypto keys to get supply drops, such as common or rare supply drops. Common and rare supply drops are still in this game, but instead of buying them with keys, you get these things at random or by doing orders or contracts. So far, the way it stands, supply drops in this game are a lot more fair, and the way it stands right now on release, I think they're fine. I think they're not ruining the game. I don't think they're affecting the game in any way, and actually I'm glad they're here because it gives more of a purpose to play the game. The good thing about supply drops, and the good thing that I take out of supply drops, is it gives more replay value to the game, because besides leveling up and the amazing progression system that Call of Duty has constantly every year, supply drops are just a new tool in there and a new objective basically to go towards, and it gives you more things to go towards, and it makes the game playing it feel more worthwhile, which is a very good thing. So supply drops in this game so far are a lot more balanced. Now, I'm not saying that there won't ever be weapons in the game, or I'm not saying the supply drops will 100% be fair throughout the entire year. I don't think that's going to happen. I do think at some point in the game's lifecycle there will be weapons added in, which does really suck. Even a couple of days after the release of World War II, there was actually weapons leaked within the game code, which is kind of crazy that they're there already and kind of scary to see what Sledgehammer Games is actually planning. But then again, they really could just be there as like some free weapons, but at the same time, I don't think that's going to happen. I really doubt it, and myself and a lot of other people are worried that they're going to really ruin this game with like bullshit variants and weapons and different things like that. If they do add them in, I really hope that they don't make them heroic or make them hidden behind supply drops. The way I want them to do it is make them epic variants, and you can buy them with collections. I don't really have a problem with the heroic variants in the game right now, the way they're hidden behind supply drops only, because they're not stat changing or anything. They're cool variants, and they just add more depth and meaning to the game. They add more of excitement factor whenever you do get them, because you know you can't buy them. There's no other way to get them without getting them luckily. But if they do that to weapons, that's really going to mess a lot of people up, and I really hope they put the weapons behind collections so you can actually buy them with armory credits. So yeah, besides how fair the system is right now, at least staying at launch, I think one of the things that makes it a lot more fair than we've seen in previous years is the amount of ways you can earn supply drops. Supply drops in this game are given to you far more often than we've seen in previous years. One thing I do have a complaint about though is I'm not getting supply drops randomly. Like, it's extremely unlikely that I'll get a supply drop randomly. If I play for like say 3 to 4 hours, I'll likely get about like one common supply drop in that play session if I'm lucky, and that's kind of crazy. The one thing that's keeping me getting supply drops and earning them is the orders, the weekly and daily orders that's giving me supply drops. Besides, I'm not getting them randomly, which really does suck. I think that needs to be buffed a little bit, because if there's someone who doesn't want to go for the orders, because the orders do kind of make you go out of your way to do them, some of them, and you just want to play the game casually, you really shouldn't be forced to kind of do the orders just to get supply drops. I think this should be a side option. I think this should be there for fun and an extra challenge for you to go for, but I don't think this should be necessary just to get supply drops. But one good thing I love about orders is these things are awesome. I really love the way they give you supply drops, and I love the way they don't run out. Say if you're doing a weekly order or a daily order or whatever you're doing, if you activate it and you have it activated, it's gonna stay activated until you else abandon it, complete it and redeem it, or you completely abandon it and start up a new order. If the week runs out and you're doing a weekly order per se, you will still keep that weekly order, which is a great feature to the game. It's not like Black Ops 3 contracts where, say you're doing a contract and like you're just about to complete it and it ends the next day, but you have to go off and you have to get to bed early. Say you have school in the next morning or work or whatever you're doing, and you really have to get to bed, but you're so close to completing it. Don't worry. With the orders here, unless you abandon them, they're not going to go away. They're kind of like the how were them like triple play bundles and stuff, or them challenges in Black Ops 3 that were introduced a little while later. Them things lasted as long as you wanted. They never had a time limit to run out unless you abandoned them and used another one. then they'd never run out. And I really like the way you have an option to have 3 on at once. You can have 3 weekly orders and 3 daily orders on at once, and it really just gives a lot more freedom and a lot more meaning to the game. I think these are great features, and I'm really hoping if we do get more supply drops in future games, which I'm guessing we will, that these things come back, because these are an amazing feature, and I'm really glad to see they're here in World War II. Now the last thing here is contracts. Contracts are in this game, and contracts, I'm just going to say it, don't waste your armory credits on contracts. They're probably the stupidest thing you could do, because armory credits are so valuable in this game, and it costs so much just to do one simple contract that odds are will give you a crappy supply drop that you're not really going to get anything out of, and that's if you're spending like hundreds if not thousands of armory credits, and it's a waste of armory credits. I recommend to everyone, save your armory credits and don't use the contracts. There's some of them that's okay if you're going for like a cheaper one, like I believe there's one for like 25 armory credits to get 3000 XP. That's not too bad. That's actually an okay deal if you're trying to level up. But don't go for them big ones, like say like 1000, 2000 even, just to get one rare supply drop that you might not even complete. Don't risk it. And even if you do have a guaranteed chance to get a rare supply drop, I still don't think it's worth it. Even if you're getting like 3 rare supply drops, I still personally don't think it's worth it. You can get rare supply drops from the weekly orders, you can get supply drops from the daily orders, different things like that. There's far better ways to earn supply drops in this game, and there's so many other ways to earn them. I don't think contracts are necessary, and I don't recommend anyone to do them. Anyway guys, that's pretty much all I have to talk about today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and yeah, I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.